The shifting sands of the Sahara have swallowed up human animals and entire cities over the past millennia. It is the world's largest hot desert, and those who get lost in its endless sandy plains are likely to disappear. In the ancient world, entire armies that crossed it were lost to who knows where. Only now, with modern technology, can we uncover all the mysteries of the Desert Sahara. Here are 10 amazing discoveries that have been hidden from the Sahara Desert. 10. Lost forts. Satellites have allowed explorers to peer beneath the densest jungle canopies and penetrate the heart of the most inhospitable deserts. In 2010, satellites detected more than 100 forts belonging to the Libyan Garamantes people. Initially, the area was mapped by industry looking for a place to drill. Then archaeologists scanned their satellite images and saw signs of a wall. Then researchers in the field were able to confirm that the structure was indeed built by the Garamantes. When the Garamantes developed around the 2nd century BC to the 7th century AD, the area where they lived was already very arid. To farm their land, they built underground channels, land that provided water from the ancient reservoir. When this water source dried up, the fields withered and the Sahara Desert buried the remains of forts and villages. 9. Meteorites and craters. Millions of years ago, the Earth was always bombarded by rocks and meteorites from outer space. Most of them burned up in the atmosphere, while others reached the ground and had devastating impacts. The craters left by those impacts are unknown due to erosion and plants covering them. But in the desert, the scars can still be seen. The 45-meter-wide Camel crater in southwest Egypt still clearly shows the scars of a meteorite that hit about 5,000 years ago. However, it is not only the crater left by the meteorite that can be found, but around the Camel crater fragments the meteorite can also be found. 8. Libyan desert glass. Even when the remains of meteorites and craters have disappeared, traces of another cosmic collision may remain. About 29 million years ago, the meteorite hit the Earth with enough energy to melt a large area of the Libyan desert into sheets of smooth green glass. A crater left by this explosion has not yet been discovered, but today there is still a lot of desert glass to be found. 7. Napta rock. You may not believe that water can be found anywhere in the desert. The proof is that you can find the remains of the lives of people who lived near Napta Playa, southern Egypt. 9,000 to 6,000 years ago, the area was targeted an annual flood that creates a lake. Neolithic tribes came there to feed and water their animals. These people not only survived there, but they developed a culture of sacrifices such as cows, sheep, and goats, all of which have been found ritually buried there. 6. Lost rivers. As the climate changed over millions of years, the sand boundaries have shifted. Just as scientists are looking for ancient evidence of water on Mars, so have they turned their attention to history of the Sahara Desert. Research has revealed that what was once the 12th largest drainage basin in the world drained from within the Sahara. The remains of a river in Mauritania were discovered underwater canyons off the coast that had been carved by the river. River sediments also appeared in unexpected places, confirming the existence of a lost river that was visible by satellite. The lost river is now called the Park Raisit River, and research continues to discover more rivers that had dried up 5,000 years ago. 5. Whales. It's not just rivers that have disappeared beneath the Sahara. Over geological time, what was once an ocean has become one of the driest places on Earth. Evidence of the lost Tethys Ocean can be found in Al Hitan, Egypt, is known as the Valley of the Whales. This is one of the best sites with whale fossil discoveries. These fossils provide insight into how whales evolved from land-dwelling creatures. Being creatures that spend their entire lives in the sea, when the ancestors of whales, modern humans, died in the sea 37 million years ago, their bodies were covered with sediment when the Earth's crust rose and became land. Currently, the discovery of a 15-meter-long skeleton is being studied by paleontologists. In addition to whale bones, large and vicious shark teeth that have also been discovered. 4. Macamosaurus rex, about 120 million years ago, a 9-meter-long crocodile, namely Macamosaurus rex, lived in the Sahara Desert. This is the largest sea-dwelling crocodile that ever existed. The area where they once lived was probably a wide lagoon that stretched into the Tethys Ocean. 3. Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever discovered. Lived 95 million years ago. Spinosaurus, about 7 meters high and 16 meters long. Spinosaurus had large bones sticking out of his back and a number of other adaptations that have baffled scientists. Then scientists can't continued research because the Spinosaurus bones discovered had been destroyed in the Second World War. It wasn't until another set of fossils was discovered in Morocco that researchers were truly able to study Spinosaurus. Among the evidence that suggests Spinosaurus lived in water are its long, flat legs for rowing and the high nostrils on its snout to allow it to breathe while underwater. 2. Missing pilot. On June 28, 1942, Flight Sergeant Dennis Coping was flying a damaged P-40 Kitty Hawk to a British base in the desert for repairs. Somewhere along the way the plane and pilot disappeared. It was not until 2012 that the remains of the plane was discovered by an oil worker. The plane was still mostly intact and there was evidence of a parachute that had been used to create a shelter, but no sign of Dennis Coping was found. His fate is another mystery that remains the secret of the Sahara Desert. 1. Human skeleton at Gabarro. Whale Reno was part of the team that discovered more Spinosaurus fossils. During a dinosaur hunting trip, he accidentally discovered the largest human burial ground in the Sahara Desert. This site at Gabarro in Niger was inhabited since about 10,000 years ago and shows that this place used to be a greener and more fertile environment, because the remains of fish, crocodiles and other animals were found mixed among humans. After 2 years of their excavation found about 200 human graves, which shows that there are 2 periods, a lifespan of about 1,000 years. Other finds include jewelry, bones and arrowheads found alongside spears that would have been used for hunting in nearby waters. Many of the burials are very unusual. Ordinary, like a man buried with his head in a pot. While others rest on the remains of turtle shells, we will probably never know exactly how these people lived and died. The Sahara did not release all its secrets to the world. These are interesting facts about discoveries in the Sahara Desert. Thank you for watching this video.
Yeah.